the contra check. This figure will begin almost line of dance. We have slow, quick, quick, and we finish facing diagonal wall. We'll try it again. We commence this figure almost line of dance, slow, quick, quick, and we finish facing diagonal wall. And now for the man's timing and alignment. We commence this figure almost line of dance, slow, quick, quick, and we finish facing diagonal wall. And now for the man's foot positions. We have left foot forward in CBMP, knees flexed, checking action, transfer weight back to the right foot, left foot to the side in promenade position without weight. And from a different alignment, left foot forward in CBMP, knees flexed in a checking action, transfer weight back to the right foot, left foot to the side with no weight in promenade position. And now for the man's footwork. We have ball flat, ball heel, inside edge of ball of left foot.
And now for the lady's timing and alignment. This figure will move diagonal wall almost to line of dance. Slow, quick, quick, and finish diagonal center. And now for the foot positions. Right foot back in CBMP. Transfer weight to left foot. Right foot is placed to the side of left foot without weight in promenade position. And now from a new alignment, the lady's foot positions. Right foot back in CBMP. Transfer weight to left foot. Right foot to the side of left foot without weight in promenade position. And now for the footwork. We have ball, ball heel, turning on the ball of left foot to whole of foot to inside edge of ball of right foot.
And now for the technique in this figure. So we'll take the gentleman first. So gentlemen, I want you to stand on your right foot with your left foot free. I want you to compress down through your right shoulder, hip and foot. You're going to use a strong range of motion because we want to have this figure turn slightly to your left. Now, in doing so, your foot position, I'd like you to think, if I'm facing the camera here, that your feet are at 10:30. So my left foot is between the 10 and the 11. My right foot is on the 6. So I'm going to turn to back the camera. So as I rotate through my right leg and hip, my left foot turns slightly out between the 10 and the 11. My right foot is on the 6. Okay? So if you can picture that, that will give you a stable base to balance this checking action. Now the next thing that I'd like to point out as you compress and change weight to your left foot is that you are in a checking action. So we want to be careful not to transfer too much weight to the left foot, because then as the lady is checking back and extending her body, you'll of course take too much weight on top of her, and then you'll continue moving forward. So we want to make sure that it is a checking action. Check your weight between feet. Then from this position, we'll create our extension. Okay, now, in creating the check, we want to think that it's base, body, and then head. And so what I mean by that, if I can just put my forearm up like this, if you can pretend this is the lady, I'm going to rotate through my right leg. I place my foot. Now from here, I let the hips shape slightly to the left. I then let my body and head continue turning into this diagonal. One of the most common errors in a contra check is that men become too involved with the body and head rotation too early in the process. So we want to build our foundation, which is our base weight. We want to change weight before the body and the head actually become too involved in the rotation. So what I mean by that is, this is the incorrect way, is that sometimes the body and the head are faster than the base, and then of course the lady absorbs too much weight and we tip over. So it's very important that you think base, body, and head. So this is the correct way. So I'll pretend that the lady is here. So from here, as I rotate, I change weight, then my body and head then respond. Okay, now I'll try that with Heather so you can see this. And what she can do to help me feel this action is she'll put her right arm across my shoulder so that I can feel my own body and head weight on my own side. She is on her side. I rotate, I change weight, and then I turn my head, and then we're in our contra check. Okay? Now, from this position, we need to recover from the contra check itself. So once we've created our action here, I want you to leave your angle and your shape through your body and your head. Use pressure off the left foot to transfer your weight back to the right foot. Now, on the transfer of weight, it is not an actual step back. All you're going to do is simply use pressure of the left foot to simply transfer weight back to the right foot. I want you to hold your body shape there a little bit longer till you arrive on the foot. This will enable you to have the lady transfer her weight to her left foot. So if I do this on the shoulders with Heather, I bring her back to the foot, and then I will lead her to promenade. So it's very important that you do not anticipate getting to promenade too early, because you must not only recover your own body weight, but you must recover the lady from a full extension back to her left foot. Now, once I arrive on my right foot, I'm going to feel that there's a strong diagonal pull across my thighs, my hips, my abdominal muscles, and I'll pull across, feeling they go through a diagonal, and that rotation will help me bring the lady to an open position and take my head back through a diagonal through my promenade. So I'd like to demonstrate that with you. So we have check, I transfer weight, I pull through a diagonal, and then we transfer into our basic position of promenade.
And now for the ladies' technique. So ladies, this is a step that you have to develop strength within your legs and feet. And one of the things that you can do on this action is just simply go to a sitting position just till you get used to transferring your weight, because most of the time the ladies tend to go back in this contra check too quickly with their shoulders. Sometimes it could be due to your partner coming too quickly, but what we need to be aware of is our own individual balance. Now, I always say, I use this little rule for myself, and when I'm teaching is, you don't jump into your bathwater unless you test it. So don't try and place that foot too quickly. Feel the floor as you go back, allow your weight to then centralize, and then you can get a solid ground base with that leg action before you actually make your shape. So ladies, what I'd like you to do is allow that left hip to rotate back, allow the right thigh to relax in to prepare for the action. And then as you make this line, what I'd like you to do, ladies, is simply take the center back to the foot and then allow the shape to happen. Okay, and you can develop some great extensions on this step once you become stable. If you leave your central weight too high towards your partner, it will block the hip girdle area and take all the power away from the back foot in order to be able to push out again to recover. So from this position, ladies, what I'd like you to do is simply transfer the weight from the right foot to the left foot, and then be able to just turn the waist area only for the completion of this figure. Remember, in tango, I want your base action solid, and I'm actually going to invite Victor back again, and I'll do something to the camera. If I simply go to push Victor right now, what he's going to do, if he didn't use his legs, I could actually push him off his foot. Now, if I go to push Victor now with all my strength, and he just presses down into the leg, he is going nowhere. If your blocks of weight are not lined up, this can cause for different parts of the body to go off in different directions. So again, you can use that basic principle of, using the weight down into the standing leg. If you and your partner take turns to find your individual balance, get the solidity through the legs, then allow the hips to rotate and go into the contra check. Now, I'll borrow Victor one more time for this figure, and I'll show you as far as what your heads do, ladies. So going into the contra check, you're preparing your left hip, you get the leg stable on the second step, And then you leave your elbows with your partner and simply take the head and look towards your left shoulder. Don't turn too far and don't take your head up to the ceiling. Just simply place the head and look towards your left shoulder. And that should be a good guideline for you to know exactly where the shape of your head should be.